Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with you. Mr. Bob, hello. I'm throwing the Bear Cave Lego the Scythe emote in the chat. Harold, thank you for hosting. Mr. Bob, happy to have you here on a Monday. Welcome. Working on the Vigna Ghina 2. If you're currently a subscriber, you can say hi in the chat. We will hopefully get a few more folks joining us before we really kick it off. Aristofan's here. Hi, Aristofan. Happy to have you here. But yeah, I'm hoping a few more folks join us on this Monday evening before we get into our building proper. I can do a little bit of business while we're hanging. My next build stream after this is the normal Thursday. Hi, Lashbrook. Welcome. I was going to do a bonus stream on Wednesday, but then I got asked to work, so I'm going to do a bonus stream tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. My second ever Just Chatting stream. That's right. I'm going to do a Just Chatting stream tomorrow. No games. I'm not, I'm not really feeling the stuff that I've got in the backlog. I'm not in a position to pick up new things. So we're going to do a Just Chat tomorrow. Any topic of conversation will be on the table. Folks can ask questions and get feedback. We can do a bit of a Q&A if we want. I also thought it might be fun to kind of preview some of the upcoming anime that's coming out in April. We get a little look at some of the shows that are coming out there, kind of talk about the stuff. There's a lot of returning. April is going to be full of returning shows, like second seasons, fourth seasons, stuff like that. But also, there'll be some new stuff as well. And then also, I need to debate if I'm going to watch a show I didn't watch in 2017 because the sequel's coming out. That seemed like kind of a funny show. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll check that out. I don't know. But that's tomorrow. What's tonight? Tonight is the Vigna Ghina 2. The top half is done. The waist is done. A leg is done. And I've got a lot of components of the other leg. So that's going to be a quick assembly for that part. And then we work on the backpack. We work on the weapons. And then we wrap up this fairly fun kit. I don't know why this was called the worst kit of 2019, because I definitely do not hate this kit. I don't love it by any means, by any metric. I do not love this kit. I think that it is, it's just not that engaging. It is not that interesting, even for an RE100. I am predisposed to not like it as much because the Vigna Ghina is the original that this is based on is such a cool kit and is, I think, better. And I think that the second version is not as cool. I mean, the red and black, I think the color scheme is nice with the gold. I think these are great colors. But overall, yeah, I'm not super impressed with this kit. I do like it has a lance. I'm a big fan of that. But yeah, it's just not exactly what I would like in a kit. So I don't know why some people really hated it. I will say it does have way more stickers than I would like in RE100. I like my RE100s to maybe not rely so heavy on stickers. It feels a little high grade-y. Here. This part, look at this boot. Look at this. That's a sticker. That is a sticker that goes around over this piece that is just red. That shouldn't be. This should be a silver piece. That's annoying. Then instead they're just like, make it look like it should be. I'm not as into that. I'm kind of okay with the stickers on the front. I don't love the stickers on the front, but the sticker on the back really, I think, just looks bad. And maybe, could I have applied it better and that would have increased it? Yes. Part of it could be on me, but I don't know. But like I said, we're going to hang out here for another couple of minutes before we get to building. I'm hoping a few more folks decide to join us. I'm gonna got an email there. Replying to that. Okay, great. Okay, and cool. Yeah, sorry. Wrapping up something. Could it be because of the stickers? Yeah, I think Mr. Bob, I think the stickers go a long way to making it not feel like a great kit. Now some of this is certainly my application. If I had taken my time with it, if I was really using my tweezers and X-Acto knives to apply these stickers, you can see like some of the detailing on here on the wing components is my own application of it. But also, I would say that if you need to use definition of your components via sticker instead of layering different colored plastics, that is not as cool. Like I think these vents on the shoulders look really neat. Imagine if you didn't have the gold, if that gold piece was a sticker. I think that would look far less cool. So, I get it. I get why some people don't love it. I've certainly had far more real grades be annoying, but also I would say that the last couple of years, model kit stuff has come out has been really shockingly great. I think the Gundam build, the generation of kits that came out under the build license have been the high grades that have come out there in the last 3 years have been remarkably solid. Hello, Epic Open World. Welcome, welcome. We're going to start building in just a moment. Just the old pre-show, chatting about this kit. But yeah, even I put it on my Amazon wish list. I found myself putting the high grades on there because they're interesting. Obviously, they're quick builds, but they're like neat looking and cool. And obviously, some of that is that Build is a show about Gunpla that takes elements from lots of other Gunpla and kind of like remixes them. So inherently, they're taking interesting things and doing cool things with those already interesting things. So that's part of the reason why. But also, like, I don't know, they just grab my attention. I think the high grades are of good quality. They're pretty great. So I'm looking forward to putting a few of those together this year. Let's go to the overhead. Hopefully a few more folks will join us. If they don't choose to join us and it's a light crew tonight, that's also okay. A reminder, if you're a subscriber and you're up for renewal, you already auto-renewed because you're using cash money, you got a credit card attached to your Twitch, make sure you also hit that notification so we know that you're renewed and we can say thank you in chat. And if you use Twitch Prime, you remember that you have to manually renew that. We are at 40 subscribers right now. I think we will probably drop a few by the end of the month, but that's okay. But I also very much appreciate everyone's continued support. And also I have to give a shout out to Dirty Monkey and Silver Streak who gifted. They got us that number. Mr. Bob's Roku stopped streaming Twitch. Mr. Bob, I'm so sorry to hear that. Is it I hope that it is software related and an update either on Twitch's end or Roku's end will fix that for you. And it's not do I even want to talk about this on stream? I don't know if you read, Patrick Lepic wrote up an article today about how the Wii U browser no longer loads video on Pornhub. And there was somebody on the Wii U Reddit that was talking about this, and then Patrick did an interview with that person. Now, I'd never owned a Wii U. I borrowed one on several occasions. I don't think I ever used the web browser. But there was a time when my internet, my laptop died, and I only had a laptop, and it completely died, and I didn't have a smartphone. So I was browsing the internet on my Wii. That is how I had the opportunity to do emails. I hooked up a keyboard to my Wii and used my television to get on the internet before I got my next new laptop. The Wii the Wii, I should say, definitely helped me out in a rough spot once. But I don't have, the Wii U subreddit is one of the more interesting communities. It is. I would say that I have a lot of respect for Vita diehards. The folks that are still invested in the Vita and still are can't believe PlayStation didn't announce a new Vita game, and you're like, You can never say Waypoint does not shy away from horny topics. Indeed, Epic Open World. I think that part of Patrick's MO is like, I don't know, that's weird. Cool, let's talk about it. The Wii U browser was one of the first major HTML5 browsers. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a system that it made sense to have a browser and using the display. Like, it's like, well, it's a tablet. You should be able to get on the internet. And do stuff. I should bounce back to what you said, Mr. Bob, there, that the Roku is not supposed to have Twitch since it was bought by Amazon, and I guess the old app finally kicked the bucket. That makes sense. So Roku doesn't want to, or it shouldn't, support Twitch natively via app. Does the Roku... Could you get around? Like, I'm sure that you have already looked into ways to get around it. I hope you find a reasonable way to get around said issue, and then you can, stream Twitch stuff on your Roku. But yeah, the Switch doesn't have a web browser, right? That's I mean, it's a portable device. Like you'd hope that it would. This is the workaround. RIP. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Bob. This was the workaround. Yeah, okay. That is rough, and I'm sorry. When technology just stops working because it stops supporting, not because like the device stops working, but because they're like, no, like that's always a rough one, and so I'm sorry. People often say like, the Switch as a web browser, they don't let you openly use, but you can bust it open, says Mr. Bob. Okay. Oh, if you want to go that route. All right. Well, okay. I mean, yeah, it would have to have some sort of web client because of Wi-Fi things that have, like, that you have to enter text for. I forget. Portals. Wi-Fi portals. Glad I remembered the name of that. Wi-Fi portals. So, yeah, it would have to account for that. And so I guess, yeah, you can probably get around it that way. Between Patrick's article and GB's BMX Triple X stream, I feel like I have a good glimpse into horny gaming. Which makes it more difficult because I'm building shelves on the floor. All right, Mr. Bob. Well, if you want to post photos of your shelves when they're done, you can put them on the Discord. No pressure. Don't have to, but, assembling shelves is building. As I say, it's like, if you're working on stuff, it's always cool. I have not checked out the BMX Triple X stream yet. I will. I just have not yet checked that stream out. Just like haven't gotten to it yet. And catching up on some other things, and then I had like a long project thing that I was working on today that I finished up, so I'm happy with it. I'm close to folding a folding table that has been set up for almost 5 years. Mr. Bob, congratulations. As many of you know, you can see by the crease here, this is a folding table. I use a folding table to do my AutoCAD building. Did my autofocus? Sorry, I think autofocus is still on here. Gotta deactivate that. Yep. Great. As many of you know, this is a folding table. And I used to, when I did model kit building on Monday and Thursday for streaming, I would have obviously days in between, right? So I used to fold my table up and move it aside and put it away every, like Thursday night, and then set it up that day. But now since I stream, I do build streams Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and then I often on Tuesday or Wednesday do a bonus stream, which even though it's not building, I'm still using the table because my normal setup for my computer, I don't like using that for streaming because the background is just like stuff I don't want streamed out. So I end up using my table like 4 times a week, and so now I just shove it against the wall and I deal with it, and someday I'll take that space back, but That's a long time coming. Uh, I've just gotten used to the folding table always being open. But yeah, I used to do that like on after one stream I would just close it up because it was like, well, I'm not streaming again till Monday, so I could put this away. It's like, nope, no, I do it so consistently. But yeah, wrapping up a project is always really nice. I got a couple projects that I'm like. So this is a thing that I don't know how to. I'm not sure how to say this without being a jerk. It's a weird time right now to be thinking about panel submissions for conventions I'm not sure will happen. Like, obviously, my heart goes out to anyone um, who is at risk, folks that have immunity like deficiencies, um, that are at risk for virus infection, that are in jobs, lines of work, areas of the country or the world that put them a higher risk. I'm in a state that has declared national emergency, um, uh, but I'm also in a state that says that they will help work. That people should get tested and are going to be supplementing most of testing fees, which is interesting. Um, but I'm also like, yeah, like today, part of today was thinking about the cons that I was planning on attending this year. Uh, three of which were in New York. So, but then it's like, So Epic Open World. It is my opinion that unless LA grounds air traffic, E3 is going to happen. Because E3 was going to be shitty-ish without a virus. Do I think more international folks will choose not to attend? Yes. Do I think a lot of people are stuck attending and will attend anyway? Yes. Do I think it's going to be a shit show? 100%. But I also don't think they're going to cancel E3 unless California, or specifically LA, declares travel restrictions. Now, I do think that I think that PAX West is probably going to get canceled because Seattle is in a rough spot. Um, I don't think anyone wants it to be canceled, but I do think that people are going to. I think they're going to have to cancel it. Does Nintendo pull out? So Epic Open World, I believe that Nintendo will choose not to bring anyone from overseas, and I believe that they will most likely either just do local staff, maybe bring some people down from Seattle, but I would expect them to probably be the major company that decides not to attend because they can just do stuff from Seattle if they choose to. Since they're at E3, but they're not like anyone that doesn't have a press conference or doesn't have an official E3 press conference seems likely to make the call to not attend. But I would say Nintendo. I would say Nintendo will do what they did with PAX East, which is decide to limit it to domestic employees and not have anyone international come. That seems to be in my opinion, that's probably what's going to happen. Capcom did a similar thing, I believe, where they just canceled a bunch of people that were traveling internationally. It all depends. And also, nobody really knows, and nobody wants to cancel events. All press conferences could just become Nintendo Directs. Yeah, it's totally reasonable to think that. I'm wondering what con. So, some cons will probably go digital only. I could see some conventions trying to use like, oh, we're just at Twitch and we're going to do interviews and we're going to show off things, video games or or Comic Cons, things like that. Um, I don't think San Diego Comic Con is a convention that I'm going to keep a close eye on because I think if San Diego postpones or cancels, it will have a ripple effect with all other conventions of the comic book nature. Uh, uh, I'm wondering if the city of Atlanta wants Dragon Con to happen because Dragon Con feels like um, because Dragon Con puts a big emphasis on everyone being there and hanging out because it's just like a hangout. There's other things, obviously. There's things to go do and see and buy, but it's real hangout. I could see the city of Atlanta being like, "Hey, let's not do it this year." Um, I think that's because it also seems like it's the horniest con. Like every con is a little horny, but Dragon Con seems very horny. So I could see them not wanting to do it. As for the New York cons, I don't know. Uh, FlameCon folks are so at risk as it is. Um, but as a New Yorker, um, we got this fucking thing where a lot of us just feel indestructible, which is not a great look. Also, Atlanta is one of the busiest airports in the country. Too true, Harold. Very true. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't have any direct information on that. I just know that I could see that being a city or state thing, being like, don't. I don't know, but I don't know. Um, yeah, I think that I think Anime NYC and New York Comic Con are so late in the year that people are going to prepare under the assumption that it'll happen. Um, I think nobody want first of all nobody wants what's happened in general. Hi Jam, welcome. Happy to have you here, my friend. Nobody wants what's happening in general, obviously, but also nobody wants what happened with GDC and with Emerald City Comic Con. Nobody wants that. Where like Emerald City Comic Con, like people were like, "Hey, I'm not going," and then they would get hate. And of course, some of that is just internet hate, but some of that is, well, I'm going, and nobody that I want to see is going anymore. Everyone's canceling, and I bought this ticket to see. Part of the reason I bought this ticket is to see you, and people just feeling bad for putting their safety and health, and then they postponed Emerald City Comic Con. So it was like, well, if they just postponed it, then people wouldn't have gotten that treatment. Uh, I mean, they still would have gotten some of it. There's no winning in that situation, obviously. But all right, so we are body complete here. We're going to start working on our backpack and then our weapons. But overall, we are ready to move on to the backpack. But we are body complete here. Now we can start doing some backpack stuff. Um, yeah, so I mean, like, I don't know. I think that the conventions that are happening later in this year are every con and every con, big or small, is going to have to decide what they want to do. Um, uh, and I worry about the conventions that like suffer because they would have, they really need attendance numbers. They need because some conventions like they're charity organizations or they're not not for profits, but some are that are for profit need those ticket sales. They need people to come. They can't afford to reimburse hotels and reimburse people that are traveling that cancel. So they, these calls are not light and not easy, and and I'm glad that I don't have to make those calls. Uh, Yes, Epic World. Well, basically, as I said, my opinion is that E3, because, I mean, theoretically, EA should rethink, or the ESA, I should say, not EA. The ESA should be rethinking it anyway, even before you take any of the health concerns into consideration. They should rethink E3 as it is, but they certainly should probably canceling it. But I do not think that they will. I think they will be. I think that they would rather have a empty E3 full of mad people who do not want to be there, and people who have lost a lot of money choosing to not go, or to go. Um, I think E3 will happen unless the state of California or the city of Los Angeles says they can't. That is my opinion. It's a little nihilist, but that is my opinion based on information that's presented. If an organization like GDC waits so fucking long, I can't imagine one like the machine that is the E3 to be like, tomorrow to be like, you know what, we're not going to do it. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm no expert when it comes to this stuff. I'm just giving my honest opinion based on the information that I have presented to me. Remember, folks, wash your dang hands. Hand sanitizer is not. Stop hoarding hand sanitizer. It's antibacterial. It doesn't do what you think it's doing. It's good for overall health, but the says, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know, Solf. I don't know what I am 8-bit like. I only know they wanted that they decided not to continue, which is their statement is I really liked I am 8-bit statement. Also, hi Solf, welcome. I really did like their statement because it was basically just like, hey, doing E3 was like a dream come true, like being part of E3, doing a big thing there. Reality is different. It's basically just like, oh man, we love the idea of doing E3, not so much what we were going to have to do at E3 this year. I don't know. I think that it will be a bad show, and then it will rebound in the future to be a different kind of bad show. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I can only make so many assumptions on what's going to happen. Uh, but it's rough. Um, yeah, I mean, somebody was asking me the other day. It's like, well, how many cons were you planning on going to in 2020? And the answer was 3 in New York, and then like 2 other ones that I was going to travel for, probably. So FlameCon, New York Comic Con, Anime NYC. Those are all New York cons. And then I assumed I would at least do a day at PAX Unplugged because it's Philly. It's not it's a train ride. I did it this year or last year and really enjoyed it. So I figured I'd probably do that again. And then, I was looking into sponsorships and and some other kinds of things to make PAX West work because I really want to do PAX West this year. I want to do shows of PAX West and go out there. So that's the one where I'm like, I don't I don't think I should plan to go to that because I would definitely be in a bed, especially since I'm looking to do some sort of sponsorship or work in a booth for part of it in order to justify some costs to get out there and various other methods of making it happen. Either doing panel sponsorships or some sort of, something. I can't really do that if I'm afraid that the event's going to get canceled. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with con stuff. Uh, and also, all this goes, like I hope it goes without saying. Uh, all of that is fun, cool things. Obviously, I am worried about my friends who have friends and strangers who have like who are at risk and uh, who are like already not just like health risk but also financially at risk, like folks that were count on that, like that. Oh well, my company's not sending me to GDC. I still have a job, but that was important to our bottom line. And okay, how do we do that? Or I live in a city that has cons and I work conventions. Uh, Epic World says, I'll be honest with the virus stuff. It's hard to know what is real and what is Twitter forgot. Well, but Epic World, you can look at, um, the big thing is that the United States federal government is, in order to appease someone that does not want to look bad, is probably not going to release numbers and will try to downplay things, and that doesn't work as far as treatment. Pretending it doesn't happen. Uh, so that's bad. Um, Also, we are at a period in the last several years where um, the number of charlatans out there is at an all-time high. Um, while there are elements of alternative medicine that I'm certainly not opposed to, uh, cure-alls, anything that says it can beat cancer, any of these things. There's no alternative treatment to the coronavirus. There just isn't. So that's always worrying, and the internet does make that worse. Uh, but yeah, I think the hope is that people take care of themselves, they take care of each other, they look out for one another, they start looking out for their own communities and folks that are at risk in their communities, and then we can hopefully, work towards finding ways to contain and treat an outbreak without it becoming just an unbelievable nightmare. So that's the hope anyway. Um, yeah. Um, but yeah, people that are working from home, people that are, trying to limit their interactions with other folks, and people that are, like I had the other day, I saw somebody who I know, and we just did the finger point. It's like, yeah, what's up? I acknowledge your presence. I enjoy your company. I am at that point now with people that I'm like, hey, whatever folks are comfortable with. Um, I'm cleaning the microphones that we use in the venue that I work at more often than I normally do. Uh, that's just the antibacterial wipes. It's nothing major, but especially in flu season, I often do it more than I will like in the summer, and I'm just doing that a little bit more than I normally would because I know that makes people feel better. So I'll do that. I'll wipe down the mics. Wipe down the mics. Take off the metal. Clean the, because that's actually where they get you, right? People say like, oh, microphones are sometimes mics are gross. The metal isn't gross. Maybe it's got lipstick on it or beer or wine, but really it's the foam inside of it that you need to take care of and clean. It's important to practice good hygiene. Totally is, Solve. Totally is. Pick your song for your self cleaning rituals. Your hand washing rituals. Pick the track that you want to wash your hands to. Uh, Indeed. But yeah, I've been cleaning microphones a little bit more than I would other times a year, just because it's people puts people at ease a little bit. Um, in my years as a comedian, not as a comedian, as a technical producer, someone that works in the field of comedy as tech, um, I've known a few people that travel with their own microphones, and I feel like that might increase a little bit as we go on. Those people generally are a little more famous and do road work, and so they have their own gear. Or it's someone like Reggie Watts, who just wanted an XLR cord because he has his whole gear there, including a microphone that is already patched through his gear. So he would always want his own microphone because he was doing something very specific with it. Um, but I'm kind of got the feeling. I think like I could see some people investing in their own mics and wanting to use their own equipment, especially people that are doing like hour-long sets. Shelves are done. Back is tweaked. Mr. Bob, no pain, no gain, my friend. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry your back is tweaked, but I'm glad your shelves are done. Uh, it feels good to finish a project like that, to assemble those things. Like there's something, so it's like, yeah, doing it, making it happen. E19, red, making sure we know. So now we're just working on our backpack here, just assembling some components. We're going to do the right side one first, and then we will move on. Do more of this here. So we got to put the backpack aside, put that aside. Hi, everybody that's watching the stream. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good Monday night. I was working on a writing project today. It is a submission for a thing, so I was watching some streams and watching some YouTube videos and kind of getting prepped for that. And I got a bunch of emails for work that's coming up. I am covering, as I said earlier in the stream, I'm doing a shift cover on Wednesday for the theater that I work at. So I'll be working Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday this week, which is good. Get a little extra dollars in. Don't mind that. Also, I won't say what night it is, but there was a show that ran in the space that no longer runs there that I am not sorry to see it go. I mean, that's all I'll say about it because I'm a professional and I don't want to, speak ill of the retired, but there was a show that hey, I'm a human, right? Sometimes there are things that I'm just like, this is not what I'm into. I'm not into what's happening right now. And there was a show that I didn't necessarily love working on, and I don't have to work on it anymore. And I'm pretty happy about that. I wish them the best. Which is, or as they say in the South, bless their hearts. All right, we'll do that there. I have been working my way through Doom 2016 again because we are so close to Doom Eternal to the epical world. Hell yeah, buddy. It's so nice to have a game to look forward to. Like, I just have a game that I really want to play. I've had it installed really to hunker down. I just saw a Team Rocket themed hand washing guide on the Giant Book Facebook group. There you go. Do what you gotta do. Get the word out, right? Gotta, people are gonna meme, right? They're gonna get their hands, their thoughts out there. They're gonna try to get people. There was a knitting thing that I retweeted among other things, that was wash your hands and don't be racist. Uh, because when you go out of your way to make this a, the folks that are like, oh, I'm not going to call it the coronavirus. I'm going to make sure that I mention mention an Asian country when I'm talking about this. It's like, all right, we see you. I don't know if you know that we see you there, but we do see you. Ugh. Yeah, people are trying to get the word out. Yeah, like I said, it's exciting to have a game that I want to play. Yakuza 0 game to Game Pass. Yes! Epic Open World. Play Yakuza 0. Everyone, please. Yakuza 0. Do not listen to the PlayStation folks, the PlayStation fanatics that are mad that Yakuza 0, 1, came to PC in the first place. 2, came to Game Pass. More people get to play a very good video game. Can't wait for Kwame and the others to join Game Pass. Yes, here's the thing. 0 is your onboard point. If you are like, I have never played a Yakuza game, because its aesthetic is great, because it's a prequel, so the characters are introducing themselves. There are obvious nods and moments that are designed for people that have been following the series, but it is a great starting off point. I think that Kwame, the first remake of Yakuza 1, is solid. I think that the second, I also don't think Yakuza 2 is that great of a game, so the remake of Yakuza 2 I don't think is particularly strong. That's just my opinion on it. Everyone's got their own opinion, and I want people to be happy and like the things they like. But yeah, I'm not super into that particular game as much as a 0. Yes. Fucking Yakuza 0. Yeah, it's just so good. I've been waiting a year for Ori and the Will of the Wisps coming out of Game Pass this week. Yes, indeed. Man, I really like watching streams of Ori. That's the best I can say. Is I like watching I've enjoyed Ori streams quite a bit. I'm just not good at that game. I am so bad at that game that it is that thing where playing it makes me dislike the game, and then I get mad that I'm disliking a game that I like because I'm not playing it well, and I have to stop playing it, and I'm like, nope, my frustrations are coloring my enjoyment of this. So I end up so I will most likely not be getting the second game, and instead just enjoying it from a distance. And I hope you enjoy it and have a great time with it. But yeah, that is not a thing that I'm like itching to play. I'm itching to watch streams of it from friends of mine who are good at streaming. Cause yeah, just not my thing. So in a little bit, not right now, but in a little bit, we will take a pause for the callers where we will talk about ways you can support the stream. Second hour, we'll get into some anime. I'm caught up. I am now officially caught up on every show that I was behind on because of PAX, or because I was also busy on Saturday. So every show that I'm caught up on everything, well, the exception of One Piece, because I'm just choosing to be behind on One Piece, and I'll get back to that at some point. But everything else, totally caught up on my animes, and wondering, like I said, I'll probably talk about that tomorrow in the Hangout stream. I watched playthroughs Yakuza 5 and 6 when they were playing them, because you have to play as a little girl, and those sections just don't interest me. Epic World, I understand that. Sometimes they make gameplay choices I don't love. I never finished 6. I liked 5. I just never, yeah. I'm also excited for the new, not Yakuza, but is Yakuza game. The different story Yakuza game, because Judgment fucking ruled. Man, Why couldn't it be called Judge Eye? Why we have to have a name that? Man, we could have had a real cool name. They could have given us a way cooler name. Oh, what could have been. Anyway, I'm excited for the new Yakuza game when it comes out because that is just. Uh, I'm just excited for them to like have their kind of framework and do some cool things and really mix things up. Obviously, uh, I've never played the After Earthquake Post Apocalypse one. I've never played that zombie one. I heard not great things about it, but I'm still hopeful that this team will be able to do something fucking cool um, with familiar things because I think Judgment is a really great game. Uh, so I'm excited to see where they go with it. What they do with it. I would love for Judgment to come to PC. I hear you. Yeah, there are games that there are games that I borrow stuff for so I can play them, and that is one of them. I played that like over the course of like 2 weeks, just borrowing when I could. All right, so this is here. This is here. We are almost done with our backpack components, or most of our backpack components. I will say the backpack elements to this kit are good. I enjoy these kind of like they're not wings, but they have like some movement to them. I should do it like there. I do like they look like wings, but they don't spread out like wings. Just say that they are backpack components that do very much feel like they are wings, and I like that element of the kit. Oh, and we got to put some stickers on it first, though. We do have to put stickers on it. I don't think these are necessary. I have PS4, but the controllers are worn out. Ooh, sorry to hear that, Solf. Okay, so we got to put these stickers on here. These stickers are gray and have two little dots of black on them. Let's see if we can. And they're going to go here on the wing element, and they're covering up. I guess I like that. Look at the difference there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that difference. Probably not going to be able to see the difference there, but maybe. Yeah, no, I don't think you're going to be able to see the difference. It does. It's good. I mean, look, they're circular stickers. There's no bend to them. It's easy enough to put on there. I hope Sony has better controllers next gen. Yeah, I didn't hate this current version of their controllers, but I could see them getting some improvement. Charging the PS4 controller was always a disappointment. I mean, also like it's not my main controller. My Xbox One controller is the one I use either when I'm borrowing a system or on my PC. So I've gotten very used to that because that's the one I use primarily when I use a controller. Obviously, mouse and keyboard is where I tend to do things more than anything else. And I still have a good a 360 controller that works well. I have a wireless 360 controller that more times than not, I end up just using the wireless 360 a lot because the dongle is in my, or often is in my desktop computer. So just like plug in the power, the battery thing, and go. Okay. All right, that's it for stickers. We're done with stickers. I like saving the sticker sheets. I mean, we can possibly put these on, these extra stickers for the Nita 2. We could possibly put these on, maybe, but. All right, let's assemble our backpack, and then we'll start building some weapons. So we got to do. This looks like this. Goes. That? Yeah. And then that goes in there. Nope. There it goes. And there it goes. Oh, no, that's wrong. What? I did one of these I assembled one of these wrong? Yeah, I did. I totally did. Oops. Uh, yeah. Um, I assembled one of these just wrong. I put the wrong piece in the facing the wrong way, and now I have to fix that. That's embarrassing. Saul says I was scared to tell you. Well, yeah, Saul, I really screwed that one up. Whatever. Easy to fix. Uh, it's time to put my collection of modern bad Optimus Primes into storage. Uh, yeah. Some of the other day was like, hey, how come you don't build Transformer model kits on stream? And it was like, I did one once. Once. And I had a bad time with it. I'm always interested in them. I'm always looking at them going like, man, is this a year I build one of these again? Is this a year I build one of these again? It has not been the year that I build one of these again. All right, so we've got to carefully open all these pieces up here. We're using our sponger, and we are going to uh, try to safely pull these pieces apart here without breaking anything, so that we don't have to get glue or blue tack or anything like that. So we're using our separator here to lightly try to pry these apart. I'm up to about Devastator. That Devastator does look cool. You're not wrong. Optimus Prime is a better wrestler than a model kit. Indeed, Solf. We've shown that to be true. I want to shout out Sega for pricing of Yakuza 0. It could have been like every other publisher and charging full price because it's a new platform, not on Game Pass. Yeah, I think it's a test to see if there's an interest on Game Pass for that game. I think this is like an experiment. They're just happen to be doing an experiment that benefits people. That is my take on it. So we'll see how their pricing is in the future. But I think they're just like they also could be seeing Yakuza 0 as like a gateway to a market, that they're unsure if there is demand for that franchise. And now they can be like, "Oh, look at those people who are like playing our game. We have all this data. So let's put this new Yakuza game out on all platforms because there's this now clear demand for it." Companies want to make that money. Okay. So this has got to go in the other way. And now it'll match. Great, we did it. And now we can make sure that we are putting these on right. Okay, so it's going to go like this. Which is... Sorry, I got quiet there because I want to make sure I'm doing this right so I don't have to remove these again. Great. Okay, there we go. Yep, that wasn't terrible. And you know what? Honestly, it's nice every once in a while to mess up like that. Like, obviously, I would love to not mess up. It would be great if I didn't mess up. But every once in a while it's okay to screw up, to at least show that it's possible to that is not, you're not stuck. You're not like, oh no, well this is just never going to work. Like there you can figure it out. So that's nice. The fabric organizers Walmart sold next to the cube shelves I bought are too big. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Bob. That sucks. They sold them right next to it, making you think that they would work. They gotcha. Well, I hope you can return it for smaller ones or something else. Or, I don't know, look up on YouTube the name of the fabric organizers to see if there's mods for it. If people have been hacking them and making them other things. Because I'm not sure someone's done it, but it's certainly possible. All right, so we are now backpack complete. And look, I don't necessarily love this kit. It's not my favorite kit. These wings are fucking rad as hell. Look at these things. Look at them. It's cool as hell looking. They got some movement to them a little bit. Not much, but a little bit of movement. They can move around quite a bit here. It looks pretty sharp. I'm not opposed to this backpack. Actually, as I say that, both of the rockets on the back of this thing just came off from me touching them. So that is bad. And I don't know where one of them went. But I'll find it before this gets boxed up. So whatever. So I like the look of it. I don't like that. So I'm starting to kind of understand why people are a little down on this kit. Or very down on this kit. Because it's not the best. The look of it, I think the colors are great, Epic Open World. I mean, look, as I said, I am a sucker for, I've said in this past, I'm a sucker for red being like the villain's colors. I think, yeah, these rockets are not going to stay on. And so I'm just going to put one in the way. I'll find the other one, but yeah, I think the colors of this are pretty great. But as I said before, the Vigna Ghina is purple and gray, and it's Megatron colors. These are not Megatron colors and are inferior to the other colors that have been presented. So, I only like it so much. Because I think the other colors of the Vigna Ghina are just so much stronger. Anyway, we're going to take a pause for the cause. Hi, folks. So, if you're new to the stream, if you're not here regular here, you might not know this, but we do every stream. I take a break halfway through because we're going to go to 11 p.m. Eastern, one more hour. So I'm going to take a break where I'm going to talk about ways you can support the stream if you're so inclined. You are under no obligation to support the stream in any way other than by watching would be great. But if you are currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe emote in the chat right now. Let the people know a thing. Folks use their Cash Money. They also use Twitch Prime. They have their Amazon Prime linked with their Twitch account, which gives them a token they can use once a month to support a stream of their choosing, which is rad as heck. And all folks that use Cash Money, folks that use their coin, thank you so much for your continued support. It does mean the world to me. Bits and coins are always appreciated. If you got a hole in your pocket and you want to jump in there, you're more than welcome to do that. That would be rad. Right now, Chihuahua Pugs did a bit donation, and if you want to join that leaderboard, you're more than welcome to do that. Also, Dirty was so great about donating 5 gift subs, and Silver Streak donated 1, which is rad. Giving the gift of a subscription is awesome. I have a Patreon. You can join my Patreon. There's the $1, the $3, the $5, and the $10 tier. We had someone this month, increase their subscription, and we recently just had someone decrease theirs. So it did even out. We were back to the $150 even mark, which is a little scary, but I'm so grateful for everyone that supports me on Patreon. But yeah, if you want to join that Patreon, you can. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, all of the links that I'm including in the chat are in the show description. And so you can follow there. I also have donations, and anything that I get on my donation pages, be it, like anything that comes into my donations during streams, Patreon, Twitch. Someday I will get enough ad revenue on AdSense. I like to look every now and again to see how close I am to getting a payout. If I make any money on AdSense, if I ever hit my goal on there, then I will use that money to buy kits and equipment. Oh yeah, I'm so far away from that, which is okay. But But yeah, that all goes to me buying kits and equipment because this is an expensive hobby. So I really appreciate that. Now, another way to support the channel, if you're so inclined, if you're like, I like the stuff you build, it would be cool if you built the thing that I've been thinking you should build. Well, I've got a wish list. I got an Amazon wish list, and you could buy something from that, and then it'll jump the queue. The very next thing that I'm building was purchased off my wish list. I don't think I made a page for it or a art for it, but it is the next thing that I'm going to build. Is something from my wish list that Jam bought off my wish list because the person who bought the Pikachu says, "Oh, build that thing next. That thing looks cool." So the next thing I'm going to build is a kit that I got off my Amazon wish list. And I'll quickly talk about that very briefly. I just added the Build Divers Valkylander, which is it's a dragon. It's got like chibi eyes, but it's a dragon. I don't know. I'll build a mech dragon. That sounds fun. That sounds like a nice, fun build. It looks cool. But yeah, I got some high grades in there. I got some Lego sets that I put in. Bunch of different things. The ice cream truck is on sale. That's down to $18 for 20. I might just end up getting that. That'd be fun to build an ice cream truck. We build a pizza van, Lego one on an ice cream truck. But yeah, I got some high grade stuff. I got some master grades. I put that the Seltsum, Gundam Seltsum. It's got a weird demon arm. It's just strange looking. It's a weird amalgamation. I like the look of that. I like the look of that thing. I don't know. I'll build it. Bunch of different things in there. And as always, if you buy something from my wish list, it jumps the queue of my own personal backlog. So that's a way to support the stream. Good night, Harold. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for hosting, as always, my friend. And I'll see you in the next stream. Oh, yeah. So continuing to just go through stuff. You also buy a gift card at USA Gundam Store. No one has ever done that, but I like having the option that instead of buying something on Amazon, you could buy a gift card from USA Gundam Store and send me the gift card code because you get an email with it, and then I'll buy something off there. No, as I said, no one has ever taken me up on that, but I like having the option. I have a Discord. Join my Discord if you haven't already. We're going to get back to building in just a moment, but I did want to get through these real quick because I also have to list right now PAX archives of panels. That's right. As you know, I was on a bunch of panels that weren't my panels. I did two of my own, but I was also a guest on a bunch, and I'm going to link them right now. Two of them are just the audio. One of them is a video. First and foremost, there is Let's Rank It. The audio is this week's episode of Team GFB Radio. So you can listen to that. It is they mentioned having a video component. Apparently, the video component is not done yet, but Lang did capture his screen, so you could theoretically be able to follow along with the video and watch the video format. It's not us; it's just his screen. When that information is available, I will relay that if and when that goes up. Also, Hidden Gems, the audio version of Hidden Gems, which does also list all the games we're talking about. That is the panel about cool games you can check out at PAX East, and then you can go and find their trailers and find their maybe some demos and stuff of those games. So I think it's still things to look out for. And of course, it's the video version, Smack Talk Showdown, Extreme Cardboard Wrestling 2. Watch me compete against Dave Lang, and then compete against Dave Lang, and then not compete anymore. I beat and then lost to Dave Lang, which means that I lost twice. It was really fun, and I was happy to be on that panel. So that's the archive of that. So those are things to watch this week. Of course, I've got a new... next week, I'll have a new Pat Bear's Anime Club next Monday. I'm recording that this weekend. And then this coming Wednesday, I'll have a new video for Bearing the List where I talk about... I'll tell you right now, this Wednesday's Bearing the List is me ranking the gimmicks of members of the Wyatt family, both their Wyatt family gimmicks and gimmicks they had after the Wyatt family, um, uh, within the WWE. I have to specify that. And I did not include fake ass members of the Wyatt family that were only in the Wyatt family to beat up Bray Wyatt. So no mentions of Randy Orton or Daniel Bryan. Uh, oh man, where's that? When they had a long-term story idea with Daniel Bryan in the Wyatt family, and then they bailed on it because people were doing the yes chants at sporting events, and they wanted to get that T-shirt money, so they had to turn Bryan face again, which we all knew was coming. But they pulled the trigger. They pulled the trigger in a good way, but they pulled it so early. That could have been such a nice long-term story. Whatever, it happens. All right, let's get back to building, and let's talk about modern anime that came out this week. First and foremost, Rin makes a return on Room Camp. If you're not caught up on Room Camp is the side series to Laid Back Camp. They are short little 3.5-minute videos. They're cute, they're fun, they're pretty, they're missable, but I like them because I really enjoy the characters. Rin got Nadesco's stamp book thing, and they're kind of reunited a little bit, and we've seen now all the major characters. I'm glad they didn't have the grandpa talk to Nadesco or have Aki realize that the cool old man that she met is Rin's grandfather. I'm glad that they've saved that because that is the only shocking reveal in the show. A show that is not about shocking reveals, but that is the thing that I'm glad they're saving that. I assume for season 2. Also, there is a reference to them shooting a travel series, like the camping videos, making they don't say YouTube, but they basically talk about making YouTube videos for their club, which I think is a really funny idea, and wouldn't be surprised if we do see that in the show in the next season. But then, of course, it turns into what do you call it? It becomes a a Blair Witch found footage gag. That's okay. It's not a great gag, but it's an okay gag. Again, cute little thing. If you wanted to binge all of Room Camp when it was done, binge all of Room Camp when it's done. I think you'll be just fine doing it like that and not watching it week to week. Of course, as I said, it doesn't take that much time to do it. Yatogame-chan! Which is the Nagao. This one was about regional popsicles. Because it gets hot in Japan in the summer, and it was just them talking about the different regions in the country and what they use as far as popsicles. That's all it was. It was a very simple little episode. That show, there's not a lot going on there, but they did describe the idea of one region's shaved ice. The popsicle is so tough to eat that they've invented ways to shave it down so you can have it as shaved ice, which just feels like, well, that's not. You just need to get a different popsicle then. And also, which is apparently a real thing, there's a region in Japan that sells promotional popsicles that are in the shape of katanas, and that sounds rad as shit. I love the idea of it's like, oh yeah. Our town's popsicle is shaped like a katana. I just think that's great. And apparently that's a real thing. And that is very fun and nonsense in a way that I can get on board with. Look, it's 3.5 minutes, whatever. It's not great, but it's a show. My Hero Academia. God damn. it's a weird. Okay, so it's a weird thing, right? Because you got like Deku is not in his full gear, so his legs are not as protected as they could be. He's fighting a guy who is seemingly a joke character, but his ability does not seem shitty. And it's a weird thing because it's like this is not a filler arc, but it feels like a filler arc. It feels like a character we'll never think about again. We'll never mention Gentle Criminal again. Uh, Gentle Criminal is the first, I think, the very first My Hero villain that is not cool, at least a little cool. Because that show has had pretty dang cool villains. Like, villains that a certain version of maybe of you or me could be like, well, I remember this fight being good. So we'll get to that in a second, but I just want to kind of point out that like this guy is I think he's a doofus. Like he's got this thing of like, is he a vigilante? Is he an anti-hero? Is he trying to warn people? Why does he want to be famous? His big plan is to just sneak on to school, and he can't I don't know, he's just goof. His ability seems pretty cool. Now, the last book, the fight itself, the fight that happened on Saturday, was pretty neat. And you see Deku has his new gloves to help him kind of control the wind, because that is what he's trying to do with his ability. So the support item is kind of interesting. Of course, he's not quite great at it yet, so he's still figuring it out. Yeah, but it's a thing of and we're getting teased that we're gonna find out the little Brava. We're gonna have her ability get used, I guess. Also, I do like that she's like, I remember who this kid is. He's the one that broke both his arms at the sports festival. He's a wild one. Which is just yeah, Deku did fight in that way as wild. And I appreciate that people will not let that go. They're like, oh, I remember that guy. Whoa. But we had some moments of the characters interacting, and Pinky, one of our favorites, expressing, teaching people and people learning to dance a little bit. And Deku has apparently applied some of his dance knowledge, his new dance knowledge, into his fighting, which is one of the most Deku things possible. But also a thing that there's just a moment in this episode that I love, which is Jiro being like, I tried to write notes for everybody, but I think I had too much information and I got too excited about it. Can I see your notes? Can you give me feedback on my notes? Because I know that's what you do. You write game plans and notebooks. So Deku's personality thing, one of his oddball things where he writes notes and formulates plans and comes up with all these things, is apparently useful. And I think that's just fucking cool. I like that. I like that part of Deku is coming out to play. So I think that's pretty dang cool. I don't know. But also, maybe the school festival should be canceled, Deku. I know you're trying to stop this villain person from entering the school, but your motivation for doing it is so that the school festival doesn't get canceled. But, I don't know, dude. Maybe it's okay. I don't know. This one feels a little selfish. And, of course, he's a teen. I get it. But that one felt a little selfish, Deku. I don't know, man. let's see. Overall, this arc has been fun. I obviously would like to hear the band play. Uh, I hope. I hope we get a. I hope we get a Dark Shadow guitar solo. My dumb, silly Pat Baer brain can just imagine Tokiyama playing the bass and then Dark Shadow playing the bass. And it just brings a smile to my face. Like, I'm just imagining our bird boy, our good bird boy, slapping bass, and then his shadow doing it, like either over his hands using his ability or just doing it, whatever. Just makes me smile. Like, the very concept of it is just great. I don't know. I'm into it. Uh, so, I don't know. I like the show a lot, and I was happy to watch this episode. I hope Deku. I mean, I hope Deku wins because I'm rooting for the kid. I hope the sports festival goes well and everybody does great. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. And then keep your hands off Eizouken. So we got a little issues here with the student council. Student council keeps coming down on the Eizouken, getting the school board involved. Could see that becoming an issue. They spend a lot of time uh, with the sound person, seeing more about the weird town they're from. We find out that the person that we thought was in the school council president is actually the secretary of the student council. So, but she has the real power, and she's going for it. So that was interesting. I didn't expect that. I didn't see that coming. But yeah, this is a pretty easy episode, pretty light episode. Some cool imagination, some weird stuff with a clock tower thing. That was pretty fun. Oh, there is one funny gag there. Um, uh, our director has a moment where she kind of boasts that, like, well, once you've directed your third project, you start understanding your own, abilities. She's a little big head about that. And then her imagined costume is basically Miyazaki. She just looks like me, like she just has like a fake little beard and it was a thing where it's just like, it's a small little touch that I thought was very cute of her, like just boasting like she was an expert since she's directed 2 shorts before. Um, I also liked that there was one of the school board members. They're basically just like, "Hey, if you start making money, that just seems weird. We can't have that. You could do what you need to do. We like that you're working on stuff in the school. Blah blah blah." And one was just like, "Hey, we just wanted to say we saw your movie." And it was great, especially for students. And I just appreciated that. That like, yeah, they're doing their thing and they're scared of like parents and other teachers being whatever, but like they're also just like that one of them wanted to make sure it's like, I just want to make sure I thought your movie was pretty neat. uh Also, the secretary of the student council calls Kamari Kamani, uh which is just, it's a pretty good burn because she is interested in money, so it's not a bad burn. uh I was like, that's pretty good. All right, so we got to build some beam sabers. Let's get some beam sabers going. We're gonna get our beams out, and we get our shield thing going here too. We've got different colors we can use. We'll just do one of each, I think. What is that? Oh, that's the rocket. So we'll do one of each here. You can see we've got 2 different colors for our beams. One, just mix and match here if we feel like it. we'll. I mean, I would assume we're going to use yellow because um, the beam shield is yellow. But I don't know. It's up to you. Anyway, that's it for anime. Like I said, March is things are running down. I don't think anything's starting new this month. Sometimes, occasionally there's something that starts like, there's leftover things, like, like things are wrapping up, but there's some ongoings like Black Clover. We'll have a new episode tomorrow. What else is coming? Oh yeah, I guess, certain scientific railgun or whatever. Railgun is still continuing. So folks that like that show will still be able to watch that. And yeah, still a few animes out there for folks that are looking for their anime. Can't get enough of their anime. Don't worry, there's still anime out there. And then we'll see about a few more things for you in the near future. I'm excited for some sequels. There is a new. What was that new show? There's one new one that I was like, oh, I'm definitely interested in whatever this. Oh, well, my villainess seems cool. Oh yeah. I didn't. There's one about fishing. It's a fishing club that looked kind of fun. Yeah, it's an indoor girl. But then she moves to a seaside town, the Embarkment Club. I don't know. This seems like a fun slice of life. I'm like, I'm up for it. Bunch of girls in a outdoors club that focus on fishing. That sounds pretty neat. That is one of my more anticipated like new shows that I was like, this seems like it'll be fun. There's also I appreciate that the world goes full circle. I forget the name of it, but there is a new isekai coming out that is based on a mobile game that's an isekai. And I was like, I like that we've now gone full circle into just being like, now video games that are inspired by isekai are now new isekai. Hello and welcome to the stream. We are finishing up our Vigna Ghina here. Let's get our beam weapons together, and then we have a new hand to assemble. We have a new hand to assemble for either of our weapons, so we'll assemble that as well. You just built the NT Shinju Stein. Not a huge fan. Oh, yeah, I haven't looked at that kit yet. I will say, as we were talking about on this stream, that this particular, the Vigna Ghina 2, certainly not my favorite RE100 kit. But also, yeah, I was more of a Vigna Ghina 1 fan. I think this look, do I like this lance? Of course I like this lance. I like the weapon just fine. I like the wings. I like the coloring. But, yeah, this has not been my favorite kit to assemble. And that's okay. You know what? If this is the kit that is my first kit that I'm like meh about in 2020, well, it's March, so we did okay. Also, I got a lot of weapons left over from the Vigna Ghina, like one. I got a bunch of parts left over. So I could probably do some mods to this if I wanted to, because I got a lot of shit that's just in here. Sometimes I feel judged for not using all the stickers. So, I used to not do any stickers at all. But mainly because I'm built on stream, I started doing more of it. Because here's the thing: sometimes if you're putting eye stickers on instead of the clear plastic or the colored plastic that's already coming with the kit, maybe it doesn't pop as much. There are some kits that really need that, especially high grades. But don't feel like you're like, I don't know. I wish you weren't being judged for that. I totally get that. I think that these shoulder pieces here wouldn't look as good if they were pure black without the red on there. But no, I totally understand. And I also don't want to put on like, I don't want to worry about numbers and accent stickers and all that. Like, most of the time it's just like, I just kind of want to be done with this kit and not worry about all of the extra stuff I got to put on it that didn't work with it. You know, obviously, it's not just you. Don't worry about it. It's definitely not just you. You know, especially when you get like a master grade, like, yeah, it's kind of nice to have a big symbol on the shield, so I might do that. But and yeah, maybe I want to have a green sticker or a red sticker on the gun, on the scope. Yeah, maybe I want that. But I don't feel like I have to put on. Can I link you the kit? I'm wondering. You can try. I don't know if I have links turned on for everyone or just subscribers, so I apologize if I don't. But you can link if you want, or just say the kit. Oh yeah, you can. I haven't did that. Oh, I like that shield a lot. Dang, yeah, that's a great looking shield, and a big old weapon. We are big on accessories on this stream. I'm not a fan of all the tiny warning stickers and whatnot. I'm always a fan of having my kit look like the animation rather than some sort of military suit. Yeah, Lashbrook, I can see that. Whoops, as our kit just falls on the table. That's my fault for trying to have this thing stand up on its own. But yeah, okay, so there's our beam weapons. They do fit on the back. We'll just attach them like this, though, just for photos and such, because I got to take a photo when this kit is done being built. The last thing we got to do for this is the only kits worth stickers are real grades. Yeah. I will say that, like, this year we did, pretty recently, one of the previous builds we did a very fun kit, which was One Piece. We did Hancock's ship, the Perfume Yuta. And all of the One Piece kits need a lot of stickers. Those things are all stickers. Oh, the real great Sazabi is one of the best kits. Oh my god, this kit that might be my favorite kit I've built on stream. That Sazabi is incredible. It's just such a great kit. That was definitely my favorite kit of 2019. There's a soft spot in my heart for the AE86 that we did. Or 88? Yes, 88 from Initial D, because that was just fun. And I've also never done a glue kit like that before, so that was terrifying but really fun to build. But yeah, there's definitely something to be said for working on kits that have a lot of stickers. I had a good time. I've had a good time with the One Piece kits. They are so sticker heavy, but you know that's the thing with it. So it's like, well, if you don't like that, I would say don't get those kits. I have never built a Jengen Master Grade. I have a Jengen High Grade that is in my backlog that I'm going to be working on this year. But no, I haven't done the Master Grade of it. So I would say I've only done a few of them. The Polar Tang, which is Law's submarine, was a really fast, fun build. It's a small kit, even compared to the other ones. They're all smallish. That one is really small because it's the submarine, but it's cool. It's just cool looking, and it just looks good on a desk. And then I would say like, the Thousand Sunny or the Going Merry, either of the the main ships. They obviously put a lot more. It seems like they put a little more love in that. But the Polar Tank is probably my favorite of the 4 that we've built on stream, just because it's just a cool little submarine, and it was a neat build. I would say the Perfume Yuta was actually my least favorite because it's just so many stickers, and also the snakes in the front kept falling apart. I had to end up gluing them, which that's annoying for a snap kit. Yeah, the Thousand Sunny. We built the Thousand Sunny here. I will say also, I haven't built it yet, but the Stampede movie version is out there of the Thousand Sunny, which is the flying mode, because in the movie they have to fly. So it's like an Emperor Penguin themed, and that's pretty neat. And then I also, at some point, I'm just going to buy, it's on my wish list, but at some point, I'm just going to buy Garp's ship, because it has a big dog as it's on it. Just a big dog head. And that's just a silly choice. Yeah. You've never seen it. Yeah, I mean, the One Piece kits, like I said, there are a lot of stickers, but yeah, I'm always said that, right? Like, I haven't seen every Gundam series in the world, right? I built the F91 before I watched F91. I just thought the F91 looked kind of neat, and I was interested in getting what is the smallest Gundam, and like scale-wise. I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. I want to check that out. But oh, I'm like 30 kits deep. Only ever watched Iron Blood Orphans. Well, you picked a good one. Iron Blood Orphans is a quality show. But yeah, I mean, like, I've watched a bunch of Gundam series over the years, and I've started watching some series because I built the kits, and I was like, this is pretty cool looking. For better or worse. All right, so we got our gun, we got our lance, we got our beam swords, and this kit is build complete. Of course, and yeah. I understand why some people aren't super into this particular model. I can understand that. It was not my favorite kit to build. As I said, I think I prefer aesthetically the Vigna Ghina 1 because it is. But it looks cool, and I did enjoy it. Some of the RE100s are kits that are huge and giant, and that's how you get to build it. Oh yeah, I built the Thunderbolt, the Psycho Zaku from Thunderbolt, which is just a pretty cool Zaku, and then the biggest backpack ever. It's just a nonsense. That box is the size of a perfect grade box because of all of the accessories in it. It was one of the weirdest builds, the backpack from hell, right? Yeah. That kit was rad to put together, but it was the thing where I was just like, what is this thing? What is this box? All right, I'm going to take a photo right now of this, and then, all right, took a photo. Great. It's like the Unicorn PG box. Yes. Yeah, I mean, that weird period where they were like they're big, long rectangular boxes. I always like the rectangular that are like tall. Like I like a box like this. This is the kind of box that I want, where it's just like, I don't know. But the weird ones they put out that are just thinner and just huge. It's such an annoying box. All right, so we are now going to live convert and get ready for our next kit because I forgot to set up this page. So I'm going to do it live in front of you, the audience, for our next build because we completed this. Yeah, because we're going to do the Astaroth Origin is the next kit that we're working on right there. So we'll just do this. Another red kit. Another red kit, friend. This is just another red mobile suit in a row. We're doing it. But yeah, I forgot to set up this page up, so we're just going to do it right there. Okay, yeah. Charles, I'll give you my thoughts there. RG Unicorn Full Armor, Barbatos, Alex 2.0, Thunderbolt Recon. So, if you want a long project, I would say the Thunderbolt is going to be, it's just like, it's your usual Zaku Master Grade, but there's a lot of components. It is a cool build, but it's a lot. I built the Barbatos this year, not too long ago, like I think in January, and that kit is satisfying because you're working with like ideas. You only built one Master Grade. You're working with ideas that if you had worked on the full mechanics line, which are the non-graded ones, you could feel the similarities there. The thing with any Iron Blood Orphan kit is that it's got that like the humanoid shape that it's taking is demonic. So it's got that like bend in the stomach. It's got that like hunched over thing going that all the major Gundams in that show have. So that's always like a weird thing where you're like, I don't know why this fits like this, but it does. And then when you see it together, you're like, oh, because it's like it's bending at the chest instead of standing up straight. But that Master Grade is great. That Barbatos Master Grade is fantastic. So I would recommend that only because I built it and really loved it. And I like a 1/100 scale. I like a Master Grade. I don't love real grades. I don't know anything about the Unicorn real grade, so I can't comment on it as a build. But I do, me not liking real grades definitely like hurts that a little bit. My recommendations. But yeah, no, I appreciate it. You asking the questions. I'm always happy to help. All right, so I thought that this was going to take longer to finish up. So I don't have my next kit right on me, but I'm going to go get it, and it will take literally seconds to do. But I'm going to take this I'm not taking the kit apart. I'm just getting it ready for the box because it'll be a long time before I have to do anything with this kit. And I already took a good photo of it. Oh no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to go literally pause for a second and go grab something. After when the stream ends at 11 o'clock, I most likely won't host another stream. I sometimes host, but I don't often do that. I don't often do raids or hosts. I occasionally, if we really like, I'll say this: if I get raided, I often will go and raid at the end of a stream because I know that because I want to pay things forward. But all right, I'll be back in literally a second. I'm just gonna go to pause stream. I'll be back 1 second. Literally, I don't have to take my headphones off to reach around here and get this. And we'll just, we're going to look at this kit and prep it and get ready for building. We might not even build it. We're not going to even start building probably in the rest of the stream. But we can organize and get ready for this kit. And I'm back. Whoops, there's the intro. Great. So yeah, I literally thought that I didn't even expect to be working on this tonight, so I haven't even unpackaged it. So we'll just get ready for that. Let me just really quick check. This is okay. There. So yeah, we'll just get organized. Get ready to build. This is a 1/4/4 scale high grade. As you can see, the Astaroth Origin. It has some stickers. It was not my plan to do another red kit immediately after, but Jam picked this up, so I am thrilled to build it. Thank you, Jam, for buying this off my wish list. And so, yeah, so we're just going to kind of go through. We're going to get sorted. Part of Big Gunpla competition. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, it's always nice that folks are sticking together and the I've had good interactions with the Gunpla community here. It's always nice to see them out there, and the builders. Yeah. So yeah, not too much in this kit. Just a couple sheets. It is a 144 scale high grade, and it's got a big hammer. That's mostly the reason why I'm interested in this kit. Is the big hammer. I also love the shield, the shoulders that are, because they definitely look like shields. But they also look like they might be ripped off the side of like a ship. Like they weren't intentionally originally supposed to be shields. But yeah, the idea that inside of that a sword lives inside of a big hammer is just, that's the kind of nonsense I like. Uh, the Vidar. Ooh, I do like the Vidar. Yeah, no, I've done most of the full mechanics and the non-grades, the 1/100 scale non-grades, that then they later started calling full mechanics. I've done almost all of those. The Vidar is a fun build. I love the full mechanics because they're like, I don't want to do them too often, but they're pretty great. Lashbrook says the soldiers look very, very Eva. Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh, also yes, the gun and the and the sword hammer can combine for holding, which is just a great little thing. And then yeah, the shoulder things are also wings. Hey, you know what? They're also wings, guys. Uh, Leo is my latest favorite. Oh yeah. Oh, the 144 scale, the high grade HGUC Leo is a great build. So yeah, so this was a what year? Just come on. You're not gonna tell me, Kit. 2016. Iron Blooded Orphans high grade. The Gundam Astaroth Origin. Yeah, good looking kit. So we'll just kind of get our stuff organized here, and then we can get a little bit of building started. But we will obviously on Thursday, which is our next build stream, be able to really hunker down on this kit. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a high grade. So, like, the sword, look at the sword is one piece, and it's going to fit in some other stuff. Like, this is one piece. This is one, like, these are like, components that are going together. But this, in a master grade, this would be 6 things that go together. So, like, that is obviously what happens when you get a high grade, but the details are still going to be pretty solid on a kit like this, and not too many connectors. A few connectors, but not too many. All right, and then this will be C. Great. All right, we don't need an F. Yeah, A through E, but D is just that. So yeah, I'm excited to work on a new kit. Let's get started. We've got a little time left in the stream to hang out. Thanks for everybody that's here tonight. Always appreciate it. A reminder that my next build stream will be this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. For folks that don't deal with daylight savings, just know that like my time has changed slightly. So checking my Twitter is always a good idea to see that. But my schedule is the same as always. It's just that daylight savings can mess people up. And then a reminder that I do have a bonus stream tomorrow, a non-building bonus stream. That's right, tomorrow. I'm just doing a let's chat. We're just doing a chat stream. I'm gonna kind of do a preview of some upcoming anime that's starting in April. Kind of like going through Anachart's site and just like clicking on things that seem interesting to me, and then talking about those things. That's kind of like, that's the plan right now. But I'll have some other, Q&A, and if people want to talk to me about things that, ask me questions or things they want to chat about, just a laid-back chat stream tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Starting a little early, because why not? 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow is the chat stream. So I hope if you can come hang out. It's like a build stream, only I'm not distracted by building and looking at chat. I just look at chat. So that's better, probably. Oh boy, I gotta get back into the vibe of 144 scale. The 144 scale it's just tiny, right? Like it's just a tiny kit. Also, iron-blooded orphans. So we're getting this like turbine-looking shoulders thing. We're getting that, as I mentioned before. When we start adding components here, we're getting this like hunched over vibe because there is a demonic quality to iron-blooded orphan kits. There is that. Yeah, like obviously in the name for a lot of them are Books of the Dead, I believe, or something like that. I can't remember I knew it, but I don't remember it. But they're or the Necronomicon, I believe. I can't remember. But there's lore to the names, and then an element of the kit or the build is that the main Gundams have this like claw legs or claw hands, and have this like hunched over posture by their default, which is pretty unique for Gundam. And this is going to go in here. Great. Look, I'll give it credit for a high grade, right? High grades is not my favorite. 144 scale, not my favorite. But we've been going for a couple minutes and we already like got a bunch of this done. We're already like working pretty hard on our chest there. The kit I'll be building after this is Pikachu, I believe, because that'll be the next thing that was purchased off my wish list. Moon Gundam is top 5 kits of all time, though, and it's high grade. Yeah, Mr. Bob, are you still in chat? I remember you had some thoughts on that, because I have not built that Moon high grade, but if I remember correctly, you did. I don't know, Mr. Bob, if you're still in chat or not, but I remember you worked on that kit. I mean, that kit looks great. I've never built it. It does look incredible. That Moon is pretty dang rad. Like I said, it's just not my favorite scale. I think I'm more forgiving with high grades because you can, like the pieces are, cut corners here and there and all that. And I think that's fine. I think the real grades sometimes they're trying gimmicks, but the base part of the kit isn't great. It's often my opinion. Sure, if you want to send me a link to your display case, you're more than welcome to do that. Yeah, take a look. I will say right off the bat, I really like this maroon color. This maroon color here, see, yeah, it doesn't look great in that shot, but the overhead, that maroon color really standing out. I'm into it. Oh, nice. Oh, I like the I like the charm. That's fun. Yep, there's the moon. You can see it there. Yep, that's Sazabi. That Sazabi is just an incredible kit. Nice, yeah. Well, looks like you got room for more Gundams. Looks like you can put some more mobile suits in this case. You got room to play around. Basically, I have a big shelving unit where I keep everything, and then on the top is the stuff that I'm keeping. I've got some Lego. I've got some Gundam. I've got the Tony Chopper Master Mega High Grade or Mega Kit, which was a bunch of small Tony Choppers that become one giant Tony Chopper for one piece. Just the stuff that want to display. I gotta put it's too big for the case. Yeah, I hear you. I gotta put a Death Scythe on display. Maybe the last one I worked on, as it is my favorite Gundam. I should probably put that on display. Oh, and I have my Char Zaku 2 perfect grade out there, which is this like the first Gundam perfect grade or the second Gundam perfect grade. I forget. I think yes, I think it's the second Gundam perfect grade and the third perfect grade ever. Because, as we all know on this stream, I don't know if everybody remembers, uh, the first perfect grade wasn't a Gundam. The first perfect grade is from Evangelion. They tried with Eva first, and then they were like, okay, perfect grade's a good scale. We understand what we want to do with this. And then they made one. They started making Gundams. And then they just make Gundams. Is the Zaku 2 Master Grade decent? See, so I think that Master Grade is solid. The one that I'm looking at is the Warrior one. That's from a manga that I think looks really neat. I will say that the Zaku 2, the real grade Zaku 2 FZ is a great. Sorry. It's the RE100. It's not a real grade. The RE100 Zaku 2 FZ. Got great colors. That's a great Zaku, too. So I recommend that one. It's a RE100, so it's a fun line. That is a quality kit. I enjoyed that build very much. Also, yeah, I just like that forest green color a lot. All right, so let's see. This goes like this. Okay. And then C5. The RE100 is probably the best Zaku kit. Yeah. Yeah, I think that that RE100, that FZ I really enjoyed. And then the Goof Custom. It's not a Zaku, but I always think about getting that Goof Custom again because that was such a cool kit. I sent that out, and to a subscriber, and I don't regret sending it out, but that was a cool kit. It's like an HG but huge, right? Yeah, that's the thing about the RE100s is they're more than a regular high grade. They're not quite a master grade, but sometimes they are just very big looking, big old kits. We got a sticker to put on, and do this. We'll almost be done with the chest. Let's put the sticker on, and then we'll do one sticker here, and then I think we'll wrap up the stream. Ooh, that's a cool. So I do like obviously you got your eye stickers, but there's also this insignia here, which we'll try to apply gently. Do our best with. That's just going to go. So we're going to actually see if I can see how this sticker applies, because this is not. I'm not super familiar with this kit. This is just a kit that struck my fancy and looked nice. So I am going to. Okay, great. There's a I love this, right? I love when they get up and close with some of the details. So it's telling me basically where to apply this sticker, which is rad. Sorry, got real quiet as I applied the sticker and try not to fuck everything up. Great. The best Eva pilot. I'd probably say Ray. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with Ray as the best Eva pilot. I didn't get through the new dub, the new re-release, the Netflix dub. I should finish that up at some point. I got sidetracked with other things. Um, Technically, yes. Yes. Yes, this is a technicality. All right, so that's as far as we got here. We're going to wrap things up. I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. Thanks for everybody who's watching. Reminder, my next build stream is going to be this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, so come back for that. If you'd like to join me tomorrow at 8 p.m. for a Hangout stream, that is our off build bonus stream. Once a week, I try to do something that's a little different, and that's going to be tomorrow, where we just kind of hang out. You're more than welcome to join me for that. Thanks to everybody who joined me. I always surprised when Mondays have an audience, but I'm really thankful that everybody was able to come and hang out. And I will see you on the next Build with Baer. I'm going to run an ad. If you want to watch the ad, that's great. If you don't want to watch the ad, that's okay, because it gives me like a couple pennies. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.